course, Twilight. I shall do my best. I finished my work for yesterday earlier than expected, so I had wanted to get my beauty sleep. I had been somewhat deprived, given that a certain client had made several last-minute orders.
Just a minute. Which certain client was this, out of curiosity?
Who else but Sapphire Shores? She gives me such good business. But I don't want to gossip, of course, but my goodness, does that man love jewels, Twilight? Although, I suppose her request was what got me searching for gems, which was what caused me to find True Blue in the first place. It wasn't so bad, all things told. Well, as soon as I get True Blue back, that is. Hint, hint.
Right, so anyway, you had just gone to sleep?
I had finally fallen into a blissful, restful sleep when, all of a sudden, I awoke to the sound of a loud crash coming from the first floor!
Just a minute. What kind of crash are we talking about, exactly?
The kind of crash that a window makes when it gets broken. Honestly, Twilight, I dare say I needn't spell this one out for you.
Right. So, what did you do when you heard this crash?
Well, I was just scared out of my wits at that moment, so I made great haste downstairs to see what in Celestia's name was going on. What I found there was awful, terrible, horrible. The first floor of my boutique, ransacked, ruined, torn apart. Oh, what is a man to do?
Just a minute. Wow, you seem pretty upset. I'm sorry.
Of course I'm upset! All that time put into organization and sorting and everything like that. Ruined! Just ruined! Now I'm going to have to put all that work into sorting the first floor all over again.
That's what has her upset? I know I can be a bit obsessive about organization, but sheesh.
Worse still, True Blue, my prized jewel, was gone! Snatched from my very home! And worst of all, the very first thing I saw when I arrived was an orange and purple pony darting out my door.
Just a minute. Rarity, this is incredibly important. Please tell me exactly what it was you saw here. Was there any chance, any at all, that what you saw wasn't Scootaloo?
Well, I'm afraid that it all went by so fast that I didn't get a very good look. I had to turn on the lights before I could see anything at all. And by that time, it had very nearly left. All I can say is that it was definitely something moving. And that I clearly saw the colors orange and purple.
But what about her cape? You didn't see that at all?
All I saw was her backside. Perhaps the cape had gotten wrapped around her front when she crashed through the window. I don't know, Twilight. If that does not describe Scootaloo, then who would it describe?
Is she really the only pony who fits that description? Think, Twilight, think!
And if that was Scootaloo that I saw, then, well, I cannot explain what I saw any other way than to say that a Scootaloo purposely broke into my boutique to steal True Blue. What other explanation could there be?
Wait a second! Rarity, I know that this is going to sound entirely irrelevant, but I think I have a lead on what might have happened to Opalescence. At least, if not True Blue.
Oh, do tell, darling! Although I do admit that I must agree, in that I can't see how this is relevant to what we're discussing here.
I found some white hair right near the tracks outside the window. And judging from their length and color,
Honestly, I wasn't sure if this would work or not. I just kind of guessed.
I don't think there's anyone else they could have come from other than Opalescence.
Like, I don't understand what this had to do with what she said, because I thought I already asked her about the white hair.
As a result, I think we can reasonably conclude that if those tire marks are from Scootaloo, then it's entirely likely that she crashed through your window completely by accident, not purposefully. she was probably trying to avoid crashing into Opal, which may well have spooked Opal into running away.
Really? But then, that makes things all the more peculiar. Because it is still the fact that she must have stolen True Blue, no?
Let me ask a very important question before answering that. Is there by any chance another way in or out of the boutique? Any way that some thief might have left other than the front door?
No, I'm afraid not. The front door was the only way some pony could leave. And since I already saw Scootaloo using the front door, I'm not sure where you're going with this.
I think I'm on the wrong track here. Think, Twilight, think! Alright, but let me ask another very important question. Do you, by any chance, keep your door locked when you go to sleep at night?
Why, yes, of course I do. But I don't see what that has to do with anything.
One follow-up question then. Do you also bring an opal from outside when you go to bed?
Of course! The poor dear, I couldn't leave her to fend for herself at night.
Then I think we've established something even more important than the accidental break-in.
Twilight, I must ask that you be more direct, as I am not following one word you're saying.
All right, let's think about the facts of the case thus far. We know that you heard a crash and came downstairs to see Scootaloo quickly leaving your boutique. We can reasonably conclude that she probably was responsible for the broken window. However, we also know that the broken window was likely an accident, and that she had veered off course with her scooter because she was avoiding Opal, who was immediately in front of her path. You just told me, though, that you bring in Opal and lock your door at night, so that raises perhaps the most interesting question of all here. Namely, what was Opal doing outside in the first place?
But she would have gotten out when Scootaloo opened the door, would she not?
That's not possible. Think about it. When was it that she veered to avoid Opal?
Right before she crashed through the window.
I trust you're beginning to see my point. If indeed your door had been locked and had remained that way until Scootaloo left, there would have been no way Opal would have been outside in the first place.
But that would mean that some pony else was in my boutique as well?
Exactly. I think we can reasonably conclude at this point that there at least is the possibility that someone else had entered your boutique before Scootaloo, and that they're the ones who opened the door so that Opal could get out. The question now, though, is who that would be. And that's just what I'm going to find out.
Could not have been the culprit. Someone else had entered before her.
Well, good luck with that.
Are you still doubting me after all this, Rarity?
Well, it's just hard to see you as a detective.
Tell me, who was right about Nightmare Moon?
You, darling, but...
And who solved the mystery of the
You again, but I really...
And who recognized that Princess Cadance had been replaced by a fake?
Once again, you, but you see...
So, why does no pony ever listen to me?
Well, I suppose it's that eventually you must be due for getting something wrong. Wouldn't you agree?
I could explain the many reasons that argument doesn't hold any water, but by the time I even got to Bray's theorem, the Canterlot investigative team would have gotten here and convicted Fluttershy of something like running an illegal bear fighting club. Probably best to drop the subject now, while I have the chance. Sure. That, makes sense, I guess. Anyways, I'd best be off. More investigating and such like. Thanks for the help, Rarity.
Anytime, my dear.
Where do I go from here, though? It feels like I've talked to just about every pony. Other than Scootaloo, of course. Wait, Scootaloo. Scootaloo, that's it! I haven't talked to all the Cutie Mark Crusaders yet. And if Applebloom is involved, then the others probably are as well. Now, if I recall correctly, I can get to their clubhouse via the western exit of the town square. It's worth a shot, at any rate.
And I think that's everything here.
Huh? Where's Applebloom? I guess she had to head out or something.
Hey, Twilight, what's up?
Jesus.
Don't startle me like that, Rainbow Dash!
Sorry. So what you up to, Twilight? You're looking all concentrating and stuff.
Haven't you heard? Rarity's prize jewel was stolen last night. And I'm investigating.
Come on, Twilight. Are you sure she didn't just misplace it? And then search high, and then search low, and high and low.
Rainbow Dash, this is serious! Her window was broken in the middle of the night, and the mayor has enlisted the help of a certain investigative team from Canterlot to handle this case.
Did you say the investigation team from Canterlot? You didn't mean the one that tried to drag Derpy on charges of Grand Theft Muffin, right?
That's the one.
You gotta do something, Twilight! They're gonna ruin everything! Again!
I know, Rainbow Dash, I know. But, say, while you're here, I could ask you some questions.
Me? But I don't...
It's for Rarity, Rainbow Dash.
Fine. Whatever.
Well, I guess my biggest question is if you know anything about Scootaloo. Have you seen her lately? Or done anything with her?
I thought it was Rarity who was stolen from. Why are you asking about Scootaloo?
You didn't know? Scootaloo's the prime suspect for the crime.
She's what?
I'm sure she's innocent, but if you know anything about what's going on with her at all, it'd be a big help. I know she trusts you a lot, so...
Well, no. Can't say I've seen her in, a long time.
Weren't you about to say something?
Me? Nope. Don't know what you're talking about, Twilight.
I have a feeling that unless I present her with something that proves she's recently interacted with Scootaloo, I'm probably not gonna get anywhere here.
And I don't think I have anything for that. I could be a little brash, prone to arrogance, but always comes through for her friends when it really counts. Yeah, I don't think I really have anything.
Rainbow Dash, I don't suppose you've seen this before, have you?
Nope. Never seen it before in my life.
Do you know what it is, maybe?
No. Can't say I have any clue, Twilight.
Could you make a guess?
It looks like something I've never seen before in my life.
How would you even know what that would look like?
Opal Essence? Please. She may be unrivaled in sheer stuck-uppiness, but can she fly like Tank? I don't think so.
Rainbow? The only reason why Tank can fly is because of a giant propeller attached to his back. That I made for you.
I stopped listening way early, Twilight. You've gotta stop being so detailsy.
Or perhaps you should be more detailsy.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything yet.
Seeing that little pipsqueak reminds me of the time she got her little fan club together to see who could make the best sculpture of me.
They What?
Yup, it was pretty cool, I have to admit. They got all kinds of materials together. Wood, ice, granite, you name it. Now, none of them really quite got my likeness right. But when they were done, they had created a whole lot of wood chips, ice cubes, and train track ballast. All very useful in their own right. I'm mighty proud of them, I gotta say.
Weren't those all just descriptions of broken wood, broken ice, and broken rocks?
You would think that, Twilight, if you were boring.
Oh, right. Of course.
Welcome back to you. And nothing up there.
Great. It looks like at least one Crusader is here. I don't know where Apple Bloom or our little suspect are at the moment, but maybe I can get some information from Sweetie Belle all the same. Hey, Sweetie Belle.
Twilight! Hi! I haven't seen you at our clubhouse in, ever!
Oh, I just thought I'd stop by. How's it going with you three? Have you done any awesome crusading lately?
Oh! Well, no. We're on break.
I'm getting the sense they rehearsed that line. Alright, but I really need to ask about... That came from the clubhouse. What's going on in there?
Oh, that's just Apple Bloom. Doing something. Something that does not involve Scootaloo.
Right, of course. Alright, well, I just have a few questions. I have to say, Applejack did an awfully good job in this clubhouse, and Applebloom fixed it up very nicely. Reminds me of the days when I was a little filly. I wasn't good with wood, of course, but I was good with books. Some of my best memories as a filly were when I was making book forts out of the books from my parents' private library. I remember I cleaned out the entire nutrition section once and made a huge fort in front of the fridge in the kitchen. It covered the whole fridge door from top to bottom. That was probably my finest moment as a young filly. Although, perplexingly, Shining Armor didn't really seem to like it so much when he went for a midnight snack that day. I swear, some ponies just don't appreciate good literature. Sweetie Belle, I happened to see you talking to Applebloom earlier in the town square. I was wondering what you two were talking about. Crusader business, perhaps?
Oh, well, yeah. I guess you could call it that. As a matter of fact, that's a great thing to call it.
And please tell me that's not all you have to say about it.
Pretty much is. I mean, there isn't really that much more to tell. Scootaloo's been kinda down.
Well, yes, I'd imagine she has been.
No! I mean extra down. See, she kind of lost something of hers, and it was pretty important to her. She made me promise not to tell any pony. Oops.
Huh. Was there anything I picked up that might fit that bill? She'd probably have lost it when she crashed through the window, whatever it was. I should present it to Sweetie Belle, see if she'll talk any further.
I'd imagine it'd pretty much have to be this.
Hey, Sweetie Belle, is this what Scootaloo lost by any chance?
Oh, hey! That's it! I mean, that's part of it!
Part of it? What is it?
I don't actually know. But I do know it was super duper important to her. It's got this ribbon attachment too. And a short while ago, Scootaloo came to school wearing it, and she looked really proud of it. Unfortunately, that kind of also caught the attention of Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon, who grabbed it from her and started teasing her with it.
Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon.
Normally, Scootaloo just gets annoyed at that sort of thing, But that time, I don't think I've ever seen her that upset before. After I helped Applebloom get it back for her, she didn't really want to talk much about it. But she did say something about getting it from Rainbow Dash. We do have the second half of it, though. Just give me 1 second. Here, let me fix it.
Ribbon! A ribbon belonging to Scootaloo. Star portion was torn off when Scootaloo crashed through Rarity's window. Seems that she's rather fond of it, although it's yet not clear why. Except that it has a connection with Rainbow Dash. Right, we knew that though.
Be so excited to get it back. Thanks, Twilight.
Oh, actually, I kinda still need it. It's super important, and it's for Scootaloo. Do you think I could hold on to it for just a teensy bit longer?
Oh, okay. But try to get it back to her before too much longer. She really wanted it back.
I will. Don't worry. Thanks, Sweetie Belle. You've been a big help. All right, Rainbow Dash. You're up. So, about the noise in the clubhouse. I don't suppose I could go in and have a look?
Sorry, Twilight, but the clubhouse is for official Crusader business only. No adult ponies allowed. Except Applejack, sometimes, since she owns the farm and everything.
Ugh, these fillies, I swear. I don't think I'm getting anywhere right now, though.
Okay. Anything else here?
This swing has always confused me every time I look at it. The design is really weird, to say the least, and not exactly what I'd call practical for ponies. And another thing. As far as I can tell, it violates basic physical laws. When ponies are swinging on these things, there's, well, no upward force at all that would counteract the always present force of gravity to keep the pony aloft. I'll need to preserve the scene just so, in order to study this in great detail next time I have the opportunity. I have to solve this mystery. You know, I've often thought that this tree stump seemed a bit strange. Not because, logically, it should have been long since decayed or removed by now, mind you. It's the fact that on some nights, when the wind blows just right, I sometimes feel like it smells of bacon. A mystery of the universe, I suppose.